You are listening to the Global Slovakia podcast, sharing Slovakia's untold stories, hidden heritage, and cultural treasures with the world. As the United States celebrates 250 years of independence, we invite you to join us on a journey through 250 years of American Slovak story, uncovering remarkable moments when the histories of our two nations intersected in surprising ways. Today, we tell the story of a country that did not yet exist, and the immigrants in America who helped bring it to life. This is, would Czechoslovakia exist without America? Imagine trying to create a country that does not exist. No borders, no government, no army, no international recognition. Now imagine that the movement to create that country is headquartered not in Prague, Vienna, or Budapest, but in Cleveland, Ohio. Strange as it sounds, one of the most important chapters in the creation of Czechoslovakia unfolded not in Europe, but in the United States. As America celebrates 250 years of independence, this remarkable story reminds us that the histories of Slovakia and the United States have been intertwined for far longer than many realize. By the outbreak of the First World War in 1914, Slovaks in America were already a well-established and remarkably organized community. For decades, they had crossed the Atlantic seeking opportunity in America's coal mines, steel mills, factories, and railroads. They worked hard, built families, founded churches, newspapers, and fraternal organizations, and created vibrant communities in cities across the country. The Slovak League of America had united tens of thousands of Slovak immigrants under a common banner. Catholics and Protestants, workers and businessmen, men and women, people from different regions and backgrounds came together around a shared identity and common purpose. It was an extraordinary achievement. Perhaps nowhere was the Slovak presence more visible than in Cleveland, Ohio. At the time, Cleveland was home to the largest Slovak community in the world. More Slovaks lived there than in any city in the old country itself, and a stage for a monumental shift. When the First World War erupted in Europe, few could have predicted that these immigrant communities would soon play a role in reshaping the map of the continent. For centuries, Slovaks had lived under Hungarian rule. It was unlikely that a kingdom that had existed for nearly 1,000 years would ever come to an end. Yet the war was beginning to shake that empire to its foundations. Suddenly, possibilities that had once seemed impossible no longer appeared quite so distant. Among Slovaks and Czechs on both sides of the Atlantic, a bold idea began to take root. Perhaps the peoples of Central Europe could determine their own future. Remarkably, some of the most important steps toward that future took place in America. Slovak and Czech organizations organized meetings, rallies, and fundraising campaigns. Newspapers championed the cause. Community leaders mobilized support. Thousands gathered in halls and auditoriums to discuss the future of a country that did not even exist. Their efforts culminated in October 1915, when Czech and Slovak leaders met in Cleveland, Ohio, and signed what became known as the Cleveland Agreement. For the first time, representatives of both communities formally committed themselves to the creation of a common state. Yet there was a problem. The United States government was not particularly interested. From Washington's perspective, Austria-Hungary was an established European power. Supporting the breakup of a centuries-old empire seemed risky. Why create a collection of small new countries when one large empire already existed? The road ahead would not be easy. Slovak-Americans understood that if they wanted their vision to succeed, they would need to win champions not only within their own communities, but also among the American public and political leadership. Then came a man who would change the course of the movement. In June 1917, General Milan Rastislav Štefánik arrived in New York. Scientist, diplomat, soldier, and visionary, Štefánik had become one of the leading advocates for Czechoslovak independence. His mission was extraordinary. He came to recruit volunteers for the Czechoslovak Legions, military units fighting for a country that did not yet exist. Imagine being asked to risk your life for a nation that existed only as an idea. Still, thousands answered the call. Slovak-Americans enlisted and crossed the Atlantic to serve in Czechoslovak Legions in France and Italy. They fought not merely against Austria-Hungary, but for the possibility of a future homeland. At the same time, Štefánik worked tirelessly to raise awareness of the cause. He met journalists, community leaders, and politicians, helping bring the aspirations of Slovaks and Czechs into the broader global conversation. Gaining the United States as an ally was key. The movement gained even greater momentum in 1918 when Tomáš Garrigue Masaryk traveled to the United States. By then, Masaryk had become the recognized leader of the Czechoslovak independence movement. Everywhere he traveled, he was greeted by enthusiastic crowds. When he arrived in Chicago, tens of thousands of Czech and Slovak Americans welcomed him. From there, he continued to Pittsburgh, where another historic meeting took place. On May 31, 1918, representatives of Czech and Slovak organizations signed what became known as the Pittsburgh Agreement. Few people gathered there could have known it at the time, but they were witnessing the political birth of a future nation. Meanwhile, the tide of war was turning. As the Austro-Hungarian Empire weakened, the idea of an independent Czechoslovakia became increasingly realistic. Slovak-Americans and Czech-Americans intensified their efforts. They wrote letters, organized campaigns, raised funds, and appealed directly to President Woodrow Wilson. Their message was simple. If Americans believed in liberty, self-government, and national self-determination, should those principles not also apply to the peoples of Central Europe? Then something extraordinary happened. On September 3, 1918, the United States officially recognized the Czechoslovak National Council, and with American recognition came legitimacy. The dream suddenly appeared within reach. Just weeks later, on October 28, 1918, Czechoslovakia declared its independence. The impossible had become reality. Looking back today, it is difficult to imagine this outcome without the efforts of Slovak-Americans and their allies. The descendants of immigrants who had arrived with little more than hope became organizers, fundraisers, soldiers, diplomats, and advocates for a cause that would change the map of Europe. Historian Marian Mark Stolarik once observed that before and during the First World War, the principal center of Slovak nationalism was not in the homeland, but in the United States. It is a remarkable thought. The very same people who came to America seeking opportunity helped create a country on the other side of the Atlantic. So, would Czechoslovakia have existed without America? History rarely offers simple answers. But one thing is certain. Without the determination of Slovak Americans, their organizations, their newspapers, their fundraising, their military service, and their political activism, the story of Czechoslovakia would have unfolded very differently. As America celebrates 250 years of independence, this chapter reminds us that the ties between Slovakia and the United States were built not only through migration, but also through shared ideals. Freedom, civic engagement, opportunity, and the belief that ordinary people can shape history. The story of Slovak Americans is part of America's story. And it is also part of Slovakia's. As America marks 250 years of independence, this story reminds us that the ties between Slovakia and the United States were built not only through migration, but also through shared ideals of freedom, self-determination, and civic engagement. The creation of Czechoslovakia is often remembered as a European story, yet some of its most important chapters were written in American cities, by immigrants who believed they could help shape the future of a homeland an ocean away. Thank you for listening to the Global Slovakia podcast. Join us throughout our special series, 250 years of American Slovak story as we uncover the people and moments that connected our two nations across generations. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep discovering Slovakia.